You guys, for me personally, I love to report positive news. I love to see governors who are doing well for their people. Governors who are actually making sure that their administration is a very impactful one. There are a lot of governors that just, they just want to come, build structures and then go without actually, making sure that their administration is an impactful one in the sense that it's all about the people. It's all about the people. When you do well for your people, the people will talk about your administration even 20 years to come. They will still be persistently saying that, oh, during so person's administration, he did well for us and all about that. I'm not saying that, governors should not build infrastructure. But at the end of the day, your administration is the way that your administration has impacted lives that we count at the end of the day, which is why I'm reporting this news. We don't have to come up here and report just negative, although we don't usually see this kind of news where, a governor is really doing well and, positive news are coming out of our state. We don't usually see this, but at least I want to report this so that we know that at least we can, rejoice about one or two things concerning Nigeria. You all, before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here, or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. Also leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. The Governor of Imo State, Owerri.The, has approved a new minimum wage of 104,000 for civil servants in the state. Uzodimma made this known during a meeting with various labor union leaders on Tuesday night at the government house in Owerri. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the minimum wage was increased from 76,000 naira to 104,000 naira. Also increased was the minimum wage of doctors from 215,000 naira to 503,000 naira, while that of teachers in tertiary institutions was increased from 119,000 naira to 222,000 naira, among others. He said Imo residents had faced numerous challenges since its government took office, including insecurity, the COVID-19 pandemic, economic hardship from reform policies, and disputes over minimum wage and subsidy removal. Uzodimma said, "We tried as a government to always put it behind our mind that there is no way any government will do well if it doesn't have a friendly and cordial relationship with the organized labor. When workers are paid well, productivity rises, families are happier, and the local economy grows. This is our way of investing in Imo people. Government believes in stimulating political and economic activities, carrying bureaucrats along, and making sure that workers' welfare is highly respected," he said. Owerri.The said that the state's internally generated revenue had grown from 400 million naira to over 3 billion naira monthly. According to him, in 2020, we were receiving allocations between 5 billion naira to 7 billion naira, but it has increased to 14 billion naira. In 2020, the state recorded a debt profile of over 280 billion naira, but it has reduced to less than 100 billion naira, he added. The governor recalled that when he assumed office in 2020, the major infrastructure in all sectors had totally collapsed. He said a lot had been expanded to rebuild the collapsed infrastructure, especially roads, and to combat the insecurity challenges. He stressed that the removal of fuel subsidy had equally raised the cost of living in Nigeria as much as it had its own advantages. It is a thing of joy that we have started seeing the dividends of that bold decision of President Bola Tinubu to remove subsidy, just only if other governors can follow suit, just only if they can be honest. Even the minimum wage approved by the federal government is just a minute figure compared to what these governors can actually pay, because they have now been collecting subsidy money. The money that used to go to subsidy payments is now being paid to these governors. Most of them are getting times 2, times 3 of what you would usually get as allocation monthly. But just that most of them are not honest. Most of them are not honest. Most of them are fighting for their own pockets. If these governors were to be honest, in fact, most of these governors would be increasing their minimum wage for their states, even to 100,000 naira and above. 100,000 naira and above. I just feel like even Uzodimma, who is saying, okay, let me increase your, he's doing well, he has done well. But I'm saying, from the point of view of, these politicians that are not usually honest, for him to say that he wants to increase their salary, even more than what the federal government said the minimum wage is, because now he's now paying more than 100,000 naira as the minimum wage to his own state workers. It means that if we want to look at it objectively, they can go as high as 150, 200,000 naira for their minimum wage in the states in general. But the problem here is most of these governors are not honest. Some of them are just paying salary, even a leave bonus. They are not even they are not even trying to do extra, despite the fact that there is money. They are collecting double. Some are even collecting 3 times what the allocation used to be. But they are not honest. That is just it. They are just not honest. Moving on. What government is confronted with now is how to ensure that the dividends of that policy trickle down to the common man on the streets. At least if we are no longer able to collect subsidy money from buying petrol, because that's the only way that everybody can benefit, at least increase salaries worker. Let each family know that yes, we are getting relief. Despite the fact that we are not getting subsidy from buying petrol, at least let them get relief from their salary. Let them be well paid because you can afford it. I'm talking to these governors from the different states. At least you can afford it. Let them be paid well. If you are paid well, families will feel relaxed. They will feel the impact of your administration. What's the benefit of a governor to rule for 8 years and there is no impact, any impact in the lives of the citizens of the state? Even if you build infrastructure, will the people eat? Will they eat the infrastructure? No. They will not eat it. Moving on. Cognizant of the fact that our efforts has started yielding dividends and that our IGR has improved and that reform policies of the president have also increased our allocations to subnational governments, every responsible government must be transparent about it, he said. The governor further said that the state government will, on August 27, begin payment of the last batch of gratuity of 16 billion naira owed to pensioners in the state. He said his administration had carried out major reforms in the health sector, including initiating a health insurance scheme and equipping health facilities to ensure world-class treatment for Imo citizens. He said his government had keyed into the federal government project of establishing 1,000 businesses in every active INEC ward. It had labor unions to unite to foster good working relationships between labor and government. Uzodimma, who solicited value addition of workers, also cautioned them against unethical practices and redundancy at work. Responding to the state chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Mr. Okoye described the increase in minimum wage in the state as a victory for the entire workforce in the state. Iwego said Uzodimma not only rescued the workers from economic challenges, but had made the state one of the highest in payment of minimum wage. Today, no worker in Imo will say, you, Uzodimma, have not been fair to us, he noted. Okoye prayed to God to continue to protect the governor, assuring him that workers will reciprocate the gesture with more diligent, efficient, and effective service. Also speaking, the state chairman of Trade Union Congress, Mr. Okoye, also lauded the governor for his strong political will in taking up strong projects, including the increase in minimum wage. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.